Hey, Rosie here. I'm here at one of the studio spaces of Mystic Rose Studios in the beautiful Roth building. The historic Roth building is in downtown Pomona's Arts Colony, and it's a collective space with amazing artists already here, healers, even those that are doing what seems to be a little bit more mundane, maybe like accounting, are still very highly sensitive. This building has called us in. I wanted to share a little bit about a post that a friend shared. Now, I hold women's circles every second, let me get this right, every second Sunday of the month and every fourth Friday of the month. And this one happens to be, it's coming pretty quickly. So we just had our last circle, but this second Sunday is this weekend. It's also my birthday weekend, so I'm really excited about that. This Sunday, I'm opening it up to everybody, co-ed, men and women. So if you're interested in that, then I will put some more information on here, or you can just go to rosievelasquez.com and get that information. But in the last circle, my friend Heather, who has the grounding space, she shared on her post something that I brought to the circle about we need to make sure that we ask anybody who we're helping. Now, this can be in the consulting space, coaching space, like I'm in, healing space, but also just friends or family, to ask, what is the intention behind it? So let me just go back. We are, most of the women who come are doing some sort of intuitive healing, some kind of work in that aspect. So reminding them that we're not the ones doing any of the work. We're not here to fix anyone. We're not doing the healing. We're just kind of raising that frequency, the vibration, to hold space so that the person can heal, can connect to God, and can do that healing. But it is important because those who are highly sensitive or empaths can, if you've been doing the work for a long time, it's easy to read a person and know, like, okay, I see these things, and kind of get into that, like, I know what they need, and then give it to them or tell them. But that's not always the best way to do it, because we don't know what's best for them. And asking what the intention is important, not what they need. So that's where I want to kind of clarify. And I'll just give you an example. When I was a hairdresser behind the chair for many years, I learned, and you learn it by making the mistakes, that it's so much better to take the time to do a great consultation. So rather than just having somebody either show you a picture of what they want or describe what they want, to really take that extra 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes if it needs to be, to really get on the same page and understand what is it that they actually are asking for. So kind of mirroring these two things. Somebody might think that they want a lot of layers in their hair, and that's because their sister-in-law just got what looks like a lot of layers in their hair, or they see a picture and it looks like there's a lot of layers in that person's hair. Now, unless it was a picture of them previously, it's usually not something that you can just easily say, okay, yes, I want this done, and then you can be able to do it on that other person's hair, because everybody's hair is different, their texture, their density, how much hair they have, how it lays, if there's different cowlicks or anything like that. So there's a lot to it. So that's the first step, is to try to get on the same page, get that visual. Okay, let me see what you like. And then even that, the person usually will be a little bit confused. Hairdressers, this, they'll say, I want a lot of layers, but only take this much off. I don't want it shorter, So it's like this contradiction, and it's really difficult when you're frustrated if you're just keep going at what their verbiage is, what they believe that they're articulating correctly. And you have to go into their space. And this is now for anybody, a friend, if you're talking to a family member, if you are doing consulting or coaching or any kind of healing, then to remember to get that empathy going and to get into what are they really saying and what are they thinking, and ask. So you mean this, or what do you like about it? Now, sometimes they don't want a lot of layers, really, and maybe their hair wouldn't look so good in so many layers, but maybe they like the movement of the hair, or maybe they like that it has a lot of texture going. So then asking questions, and then maybe showing different pictures to say a similar one, like, so you like this, and it might be the same amount of the same kind of haircut, but on a different hair that's more like theirs, and they might say, oh, no, I don't want that. So now you're ruling things out. So although it may take longer, it really saves from doing what the person said they wanted, and then that's not what they wanted, and there's tears, or there's people, or they're upset, or you're upset too, to getting into what they're saying, what they really want, what is their intention, and then letting go of it that they're not expressing themselves exactly the way you would. Try not to correct them too much, like, oh, don't use so much professional jargon, like as a hairdresser we might say, like, oh, you want concave layers instead of square or round, and that they have no idea what you're talking about, and it's not fair to them because they may not admit that they know what you're talking about, and then again they're disappointed because it was something different than they wanted to deliver. So especially in having a relationship with the person, talking to them, asking them, if they're there for, a lot of friends do Reiki, rather than just immediately feeling maybe the energy or where they need, ask them, what's your intention? And then get them to open up. They might not even know. They might say, well, I don't know. I don't even know what this is. But you can say, how about your intention is just to have an open heart and just to feel whatever feels, whatever you're feeling, and to relax into it. So you're helping to guide them into their intention so that they don't have an expectation that's different than what you're going to actually be able to deliver. So I hope that makes sense. Remember to ask somebody, when you're in relationship with someone else, and that can be a coworker, especially family, because we already assume we know what they're going to be like or what they're going to say, or we might have triggers around that. To just stop and slow down and first ask ourselves, what's my intention here with this relationship? How would I like this conversation to go? And then just start opening up to that. And that's going to change your frequency. That's going to change the way you come across. And that already is going to set that in motion, so that they're going to feel that you are no longer maybe putting them down or attacking them. They don't have to be defensive or worried. They can be completely comfortable. I have had clients who came in who were disappointed because they wanted to book with another stylist and that stylist wasn't available and they didn't know who I was. So, they already were upset. And just empathizing, like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I know how that is. You really wanted that stylist, but, I've been trained by the same person and, in the same modality. And I didn't try to oversell myself. What I did was I gave them an amazing shampoo And I sent love to them and I let them relax. And then as soon as they got out of that and they sat in the chair, they said, you know what? Thank you for taking me today. I know it was short notice. And they started over. It was like that reset button. Love is the reset button. Come without being, feeling the attack, and let love be that reset button. And just, my intention was to give her great service. So intention, then give the service, and then the result will usually be magical and a lot more beautiful. And then together, you're actually creating something great. If you like what you hear, please subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Follow me, like, share, and make sure you go on to rosievelasquez.com to find out more offerings for the Women's Circle and also for my private sessions. I'm going to be putting a lot more things on there and sharing a lot more stuff again. So have an amazing rest of your day, and I will hear from you soon. Comment, please.